Hi folks, if you don't know who I am, the name's Kinetic Symphony. I narrate true and mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. I run the whole gamut of weird, from ghost stories, time anomalies, space-time anomalies, teleportation, you name it, I read it. Oh, and of course, aliens. Now the reason I made this video is primarily because YouTube has been messing with me again, and I'll get into more detail on that in a bit, but suffice to say, currently, I'm suffering from what you could say limited ads. My channel is still in the YouTube Partner Program, so it's not as bad as last July when the whole channel was removed. You can't contact YouTube in any way to solve these things, unless you're a mega 10 million plus subscriber channel. Maybe then you can get someone, a real human being, to intervene. Now I didn't just want to say this, I wanted to show you folks exactly what's going on. So, as you'll see on screen now, there's a graph that's going to show you my channel's views over the past 6 months or so. So as you can see in this graph, the purple line represents my channel's views over time. Each point will represent a single day. And the green line represents estimated monetized playbacks, which simply means when a view, someone clicks on a video, they're served an ad. Now normally, these should be almost 1-to-1. So 1-to-1 ratio. You click on a video and you get an ad. That's how it's supposed to go. And for my whole channel history, pretty much, it's been like this, almost 1-to-1. Until about 4 weeks ago, when YouTube said I had invalid traffic, which doesn't make any sense at all because I don't have any invalid traffic. I can't. I don't link to the channel besides showing people whose stories I've narrated. I give them a link, that's it. Everything else is YouTube's system. So I don't know how they can blame me for that. But it doesn't matter, again. They won't tell me any information. They won't tell me how long it'll last for or anything like that. Right now they're saying that they're refunding advertisers, which is why I'm in a limited state. I guess they're taking a larger cut. I don't know how it works exactly. All I know is this is what's happening after they said I had invalid traffic. So for past month, basically, I've been dealing with this. And obviously that's a huge hit on my channel's income. And again, I don't want to just say this. I wanted to be as transparent as I can be and show you people exactly what's going on. So I have these graphs. These are from my channel's YouTube analytics. It'll tell you, YouTube does give you a lot of information in terms of data. You just can't get a person involved when there's an issue. This is what's going on. As you can see, I had a few months that were really good, over 2,000 in December, which is fantastic. But now we're halfway through February and I'm at a little over $300, which just obviously isn't enough to be sustainable. So that's the main purpose for this video. I wanted to show you exactly what's going on. Then I also was wondering to myself, what can I do about it? I can't change YouTube. It's a gigantic company that no one really has any say over. I'm just going to do what I can, which is I can either sit here and mope and be sad and curse the AI gods, or I can just appeal directly to my fans and tell them exactly what's going on. I think it's the way of the future anyways, to be honest. Fan funding, direct funding of creators that you like. I think YouTube is just... I think it'll still be a platform, but in terms of monetization, it's iffy unless you make extremely safe content. So that was always a concern on my mind. You just don't know what's going to happen the next day. And so yeah, that's where I am. I also just want to say that I'm very grateful for where I am in life with the channel. It's grown so much since I started. It's wild. I always knew that it would. I don't want to sound, without humility, but there's just something there. I started off as a gaming channel. I don't know if most people know that. I was doing Dark Souls Let's Plays and then Apex Legends. But I didn't really feel it. And it also sapped the enjoyment of playing games, so I ended up buying a new microphone, listening to myself on that, and it's a world of difference between a phone, recording on your phone, and having a real microphone. I realized, yeah, I actually like my voice, so I should just read stories, and it just clicked. It made sense, and it's something that I want to keep doing. And as long as I'm able to, I will. There is some good news for me, in that I'm a minimalist, which is pretty handy. I don't need a lot of money to keep doing this. As it currently stands with YouTube, I don't know how much I'll get next month, this month. I'll probably get $700 this month, something like that. It depends also on how many views I get still, because I'm in a limited ad state, but I'm still getting some money, mostly from YouTube Premium, which is if you're subscribed to Premium, the creators that you watch their videos, they get a portion depending on watch time. And I have really high watch time. People enjoy watching my content for a long time, which helps me a lot. Without that, I'd be dead in the water pretty much for YouTube revenue. To be very precise in how much I would need, given if YouTube maintains this level, which again, I don't know how long they're going to, if they're ever going to drop it and restore how much money I've been earning per 1,000 views as I was the past, 3 years since I started being monetized. So if they don't, then I need about $500 a month from another source, and Patreon would be the obvious one. If I maintain that, then as long as YouTube doesn't mess with me even more, I should be okay. If I can get to $1,100 a month on Patreon, then I don't have to worry about YouTube at all in terms of monetization. Whatever happens, I'm good no matter what. And then I added another just for fun. Basically it's not that amount of money, $5,000 a month. It's just anything beyond $1,100. I'll just save, pretty much. Maybe I'll have a few more Subway outings or something. But I'm very simple in terms of finances. I don't need to spend a lot of money. I've always been that way, to be honest. Maybe it harkens back to when I was homeless like over a decade ago, but I don't want to go too deep into that. Let me just say that I don't need a lot of money, and anything beyond what I need I'll pretty much put towards saving for a cabin in New Hampshire, which is my dream. Get myself a cabin, wilderness, remote area, no people, just nature. It'd be a hell of a backdrop to narrate videos in, I have to say. Get a real fireplace instead of this one, which, this is still nice for now. Wife, even children one day. I'm only 32, so I got time, but it's best to look forward to the future, plan ahead. I would say those are pretty good goals to aim for. Yeah. And just to add this here, I don't know if I've mentioned before, I don't think I have, but over 3 years ago, before my channel was even monetized, I decided I'm going to go all in on this. I quit my job. Back then I was cleaning offices, which was relaxing, but I knew there wasn't really much future in that, there wasn't much potential. And I didn't really want to do that forever. It wasn't fulfilling, even though it wasn't stressful. So I quit that job and just went all in on YouTube, and 4 months later or so, 5 months later, yeah. Then my channel was monetized, but I was very small still, so I wasn't making much money at all. It took almost 2.5 years. It's only been maybe 6 months now that I've actually been breaking even. Again, before this limited ad nonsense. More or less about when I was able to not dip into savings, because I had saved like $30,000 working those office jobs. Helped that I was a minimalist, and this was Canadian money, but still. So I was dipping into that to fund myself on this YouTube adventure, and it worked. I made it to the point where I can sustain myself without this nonsense happening. So with it happening, I just have to ask for direct support, which makes sense anyways. It was always gonna happen, I think. It was always there in the back of my mind. There you are. I'm rambling, as I tend to do. I'll just say that, even if you can't support, I understand. Times are difficult. I appreciate everyone who watches my content. I think it's awesome that I have an audience now. Thousands of people every day. It's amazing. If you can support, I tremendously appreciate that too, of course. But for now, don't worry. Content will continue to flow for many months no matter what. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the monthly compendium for February. It's a good one. They always are.